I gotta tell you, I am not cut out for sitting behind a desk. I want to get out there, get my hands dirty. I'm better when I'm fighting origami. Trust me.
Ah, Lindo. Director Sakaki was asking for you.
Ah, gotcha. Would you tell him I'm on the way?
Sure. I'll go let...
Where was I? Right. Desk work sucks. Strategy, council meetings, endless paperwork. It's a pain.
Ah, hi, Lindo. How are you today? Doing good, huh?
Hey there. Sorry, I keep taking your captain's free time.
That's totally cool. Besides, I don't think the captain minds much. Well, see you later.
See ya. Huh? What? Yeah, maybe once upon a...
I know I got something I'm supposed to do today.
Right, gotta ask Soma about the QB, gotta work out Cradle's expedition path with Sakaki.
And don't forget, the deadline for the satellite-based settlement plan is today.
Oh, fun.
And don't let me catch you asking Soma to do it for you again.
I would never dream of doing such a thing. By the by, are you free later? Hey Sakuya, it's your darling Lindo. How's Ren holding up? I see. No, don't wake him. Just calling to say I might be coming home soon. Thanks for holding down the fort. I'll call you back later. Yeah, thanks. Ah, hey there, Captain. Sorry, did you... Yeah, my son was asleep though, so I'm always glad to talk to my son. Just the other day, he asked me, Daddy, if all the origami were gone... It was just the cutest. Anyway, I don't want to be one of those guys who bores his friends about his family. That reminds me, there's something I wanted to... Do you remember what I asked you after we defeated that QB? Well, I wanted to ask again. What do you say, Captain? I get you. Blood must have been tough. You know, I'm constantly amazed at all the things I never realized until I'm chief among them. Kids help their parents. I'm coming face to face with my weaknesses daily. I'm unlearning. One day it just hit me. I thought I was the leader. I thought I was raising these kids. But they raised me. I don't know when, but they've become the very core of my life. I think you know what I mean. Yeah? Point is, there's no need to push yourself. You'll teach them some things, but they'll teach you a lot. Most importantly, you have those people with you now. Never forget that.
Something about this mission feels off. If a Scion had made this their hunting grounds, there'd be a sign of it. All we have are reports of sighting. Thanks. Alright, let's clear out the origami nearby, and then check in back at the... Forward!
Corporal Alyssa, we've been waiting for you.
I got your call. Is there
A bunch of people said they saw a scary Scion around. So,
a Scion? I knew they wouldn't give up that easily. Where was it?
Trust me, it's out there. And still just as dangerous as before. Yosuke, they can stay with you, right?
for sure. Everything's ready, too.
What? No, that's out of the question. If there's a Scion...
Ugh, fine. We'll come clean. We found out that tomorrow's your birthday. We can't celebrate it without the birthday girl.
What?
So your new mission, Miss Alyssa, is to keep watch for an invisible Scion until tomorrow. You're always busy running around trying to help us. It's not easy to pin you down.
I'm speechless. A celebration? I'd probably be in tears. I won't be able to get through a sentence with... That's a great idea. I'll cover you from behind. I've spent so long trying to earn trust, trying to build a sort of life. I guess that's how you make dreams into reality. Isn't it always very kind? I do.
Captain, do you know much of the Aegis project? I expected as much. Aegis was to be my father's magnum opus. He lived by a simple code. The ends justify the means. I've never been able to come to terms with that. Still, as I delve deeper into his work, I have come to see that his name appears constantly in all kinds of texts. But mostly his early... Yet still, despite all... Ah, my apologies. Linda was... Thank you. Farewell. Perhaps still, this Aegis... We didn't get to finish our talk last time, did we? Well, I may not be as great a scientist as my father, but I have friends who trust me implicitly, just as I trust them. Kota may act the fool, but he swore to protect the far... Alyssa battles origami and paperwork every day for the people. Meanwhile, Lindo and an old friend have gone in search of new origami. Every new find... There's no one right answer to life. When Aegis failed, my father lost his mind. Fanaticism like his breeds self-righteousness, which brings isolation, only furthering his fanaticism. I walked that path once. I know too well how... I didn't mean to talk your ear off. I may have mentioned this before, but I expect the same greatness of you. Is that you, Graham? I know what you're thinking, but don't kid yourself. Especially if that's in order. We don't have those kinds of resources. You want to know what... Ah, you're here. I wanted to apologize. I may have... In any case, I made a prototype part using the QB cells. Oh, I suppose almost all of the research at the Far East branch is focused on... Actually, this is quite the opportunity. We're developing a plan to synthesize. Humans eat when we're hungry, but origami are always... If we can find a way to stop that gnawing hunger, they won't want to eat us. It's simple. What else would you like to know? Theoretically, we can trap origami in armored pens and try to control what they eat and when. Thus, if it proves feasible, it will be easier to obtain materials for research, and moreover, we might be able to breed origami that only eat other species of origami. What else would you like to know? Some god-eaters resonate with others. We may try to... But being in blood, I suspect you can say. Maybe one day, origami and What else would you like to know? We've talked about pure-blood origami before, like the QB. Lindo gave... I plan to use the QB cells to create a portable, instantly deployable... With any luck, it will help those who can't fight the origami to defend themselves. What else would you like to know? Imagine it. Massive satellite-based walls could build themselves in as little as 3 days. Research that would allow anti-origami walls to grow like trees is moving forward. Currently, it takes about 6 months to build even so we could truly help the human population begin to recover. What else would you like to know? Ah, yes. That research is meant to harness. If applied in a shield, for example, they could also be used in base development. It's not yet ready for practical testing, but it would... What else would you like to know? Very well. In fact, we need Sakaki to focus more on his directorial team. Did you know that humans used to be able to get to the moon? It was lost when the origami came. We lost almost all of the old Earth. But still, we keep pushing. One small step. Come on. Let's keep going. Nothing. Let's go.
Hey, Julius. Was I awesome or what? I was awesome, wasn't I?
Just as awesome as always. I had front row seats to you getting your ass kicked.
Truly, it was an excellent performance, Romeo. You have progressed farther than I ever imagined you might.
Seagate, Julius gets me. It's all about mastering the art of masterful combat.
I don't think you're listening.
It's always really amazing to hear you laugh, Livy. You've been super smiley lately. I love it.
I have?
She's right. You seem much different than the girl with the hard eyes that we once met. You seem happy. Did something else change for you, Livy?
No, well, not really. Although, I'll tell you if you like.
Corporal Livy, I'm glad to see you up and about.
Thank you, Director. My convalescence is progressing quickly. I'll return to Fenrir Intelligence as soon as I'm able.
I am afraid that won't be possible.
Not... What do you mean?
I've been instructed to discharge you from service, effective immediately. With your armlet lost, you've returned to a human state. Every examination has rendered the same results. You can no longer wield other soldiers' god arcs. And as you can no longer execute those who have fallen to the infection, you are hereby released from your oaths. Your life is yours now, to do with as you see fit. You're free, Livy. Thank you for all you've done for Fenrir Intelligence. If you want, you can simply live as a human. You can reinvent yourself in any way you wish, live any life. Think of it, Livy. A future that's yours.
A future that's... mine? If that's true, Director, I believe I already know what I'd like to do. I have friends now. I want to serve with them.
I thought as much, and I'm damn proud to hear it. Since Julius's return, we've taken great strides with the P66 bias factor, the same one used by your friends in Blood Special Forces. The improved factor has already been administered to the others. I'm happy to say they have picked up their arcs once more. If you're ready, there's a chance this can restore your strength. You won't be able to wield any arc, but you can certainly hold your own.
I I'd long hoped that one day I could truly fight beside you. And now, that wish has come true. I can use this God Arc, my God Arc, to protect this world and the people I care about. And that fills me with joy.
How are you faring, Livy? Have you been getting along with the blood unit?
Yes, very well, in fact. Everyone in the...
I'm glad. The first time on a path that you yourself have chosen. We'll be leaving for headquarters, Captain. I leave Livy in your care. Remember, I think of her as my own. I assure you I will be well. I must depart. Headquarters demands news on your managing of the sacred ground. I shall...
Director Feldman, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Know that I expect truly great...
Shield.
Yes, I'm fine, Livy. Cappy merely...
He bit you? Here. Oh, thank goodness, it's not... Although your sleeve was torn. If you bring it to me later, I'd be glad to mend it for you. He was likely just angling for more attention. I'll be sure to speak to...
Livy's really starting to feel like a member of the team, huh? She's kind of like a big sister to everyone in Blood. Oh, Captain! Did I tell you how Livy scolded Gil and Romeo after that last mission where they got all scratched up? They were all, "We're boys, so we're tough. We'll be fine." And Livy was all, no. She chased them around with soap and water. The looks on their faces were... Oh, that sounds like...
Oh, Captain, your collar is rather frayed. I'll be making good use of my sewing.
Tell me, would any of you care to try your hand?
Huh? You mean like digging and stuff? With...
Not grass, Coda. Crops.
Sacred ground may cover the world one day. We may not always be able to rely on... We'll need to revive traditional farming on the fertile soil of sacred...
So who among you is up to the challenge?
We're God-eaters. Eating food? Yeah, we can rock that.
It's an interesting proposition, guys. I just don't think we've got...
Farming?
Yes, indeed.
I'll try my hand.
It won't be easy to fit alongside your normal duties with...
I will do everything in my power to create a better future. This task is as... I'll gladly pursue it. That is, of course, provided my captain will permit me. Thank you, Captain.
Precisely as I expected from the Blood Unit. We can settle on all the details.
My apologies for what happened in there. I should have come to you first before simply agreeing to their plan. I see. It makes me... When the people work the land together, you know well that I want to work in tandem with the people here. When I was enthralled by Rachel and teaching, I may never be forgiven for what I've done. I know that I need to do this, Captain.
Why don't you kids go and play? The God Eaters and I need to talk about grown-up stuff.
What?
I have come to make amends. To apologize for all I'd done and to each victim of
Black Plague? Oh, you...
Yes, I know you were infected as well.
Frankly, I'm not sure I can forgive you. Nonetheless, I suppose we wouldn't have the sacred ground if it weren't for you either. If you use that land and those crops to make something new, then I'll consider...
Thank you.
Do you have any children, Captain?
No, miss.
Whatever happens, my children's safety comes first. That's...
Are you gonna build a factory to make the food, Mr. Captain Julius, sir?
Not quite. We're going to clear fields and grow new fruit.
No way. That's not how food works.
Long ago, fruits and veggies grew from seeds planted in the ground. I know it's...
I really like orange flavored juice.
Then I suppose the first order of business is to...
You're gonna plant juice in the ground?
Of course you may.
All right! We're gonna go to the mountains! Hey, Dykes!
Are you sure about this? Don't back down.
I never hesitate to share hope, miss.
Well, I'm certainly impressed so far.
Phew.
Julius, it's so...
It is just a field, nothing more than potential. Now that I've planted...
What are tubers?
Potatoes, in a manner of speaking. I'm sure they will be far different than Fenrir's genetically real potatoes growing in real fields.
But the sacred ground should be limiting your powers. How are you doing this?
I have no better answer than you, Gil. One can never truly control the earth. Sure, these are root vegetables, on the right are leafy ones, and almost ready to be cultivated. It certainly hasn't been easy work, but here we can revive ancient farming and begin a new life on this...
Yeah, he won't let you down.
All right, let's come up with a plan. I'll pull some daikon from fresh Odin seed with
We'll dig a new well.
I'll design and build a house for us. How hard could it be?
I suggest that we keep some chickens, so we'll always have a fresh supply of...
And well...
You've always liked animals, haven't you, Shield? Why don't you raise some here?
Animals? Yes, of course! I can see it. The animals and I surrounded by nature. Thank you.
And you, Captain. Come, this way. We're planting...
Keep staring at the back of your eyelids like that, and you'll be out the whole night.
Ah, sorry. I'm working. These logs are so heavy. I don't have this...
Fresh water if anyone wants some.
Would you mind pouring me a cup?
What's wrong, Flynn? Why are the leaves changing to such a weird color?
I'm not sure. The leaves are shifting to some sort of fading yellow.
Perhaps an iron deficiency.
An iron deficiency.
Well, son, what do you know about the soil?
I read a comprehensive overview before I began. I made sure to spread fertilizer.
All right, that's a good start. Spreading lime will help lower the soil's natural acidity. If you add too much lime, the soil becomes very alkaline, which can cause an iron.
Of course, too alkaline. I should have known.
That's so amazing.
Just a trick of the trade from the old...
Thank you. If you have any more tricks of the trade...
It'd be a pleasure to offer. It's been ages since I've gone out and gotten my...
Oh, I know! Let's get S.H.I.E.L.D. to come help too.
Julius here. What is the extent of the damage?
Well, the construction site is still in one piece.
The chickens survived.
All the leafy vegetables are ruined, though.
Damn.
Unfortunately, approximately 30% of the orchard was lost following...
The plots are new. The bedrock is still weak. We need to be ready in case it happens.
Yeah, we need to make sure to keep all of the little plants safe.
However, if the drainage project continues as planned, the excess alkali will be easily washed away.
So I guess it's not all bad.
Exactly. You give the land a little, and you get a little back. Farming is...
Well, luckily the house is still okay. The landslide didn't even...
That's the best news yet. When it's complete, we should have any luck. We should have onions, potatoes, and carrots at the ready. Do you have any thoughts on dishes?
Yeah, curry for sure.
I suppose so. Fortunately, we...
Curry tree? You serious, Julius?
Yes. Without the tree, we'll have no curry fruit, and hence...
Oh, sweetie, there's no such thing as a curry fruit. Curry powder.
Spices? That's... I had no idea. I beg your forgiveness.
Well, whatever magic is in curry, we...
So wait, who wasn't laughing at that? Did you really think there's a curry tree and fruit?
I hadn't questioned its existence.
I'll gladly make some sweets for the children to balance the spiciness.
We did it!
It's our curry.
Made from fresh veggies.
Enjoy.
I can't believe it looks so good.
Can we eat it? Huh? Please?
Take as much as you like.
We have boiled eggs as well.
I never really thought we'd be able to do...
So let's eat.
Many thanks for the food. They all seemed so happy today. When the spiral tree closed, I told you that was where I'm... I never imagined my battle. Thank you, Captain. I am loath to ruin the moment, but we must consider pest control tomorrow. The butterfly larvae make lunch of our leaves. I don't want to Oh, and of course, curry powder has dozens of spices. We should experiment with growing them. Like, it's a long way to go before we bring back real farming. There's still plenty of work to go around, Captain.
I'd like to introduce you to the captain of Blood Special Forces.
Ah, a pleasure to meet you.
What? Come on, Captain, you're not my mom. Look at me. I'm the Blood Captain, brave and cool and calm. Really, so anyway, you two should totally come and live at the den with us.
As I said, Romeo, those places are for the young.
I get that, but there's...
Well, it's not something I can really... Once, a long time ago, my wife and I saw Miss...
Ah, of course. Her voice was gentle but strong.
It would be wonderful to hear that again.
That's perfect. I haven't heard Yuno sing live. No, she's always traveling around. I've solved it! It's perfect! We'll have a festival! Even if Yuno can't be there, we can have a show. We can fill the streets with lanterns and get everyone together. Oh, yeah! I'm psyched just thinking about it. Figure it out. HonorGuardian. If everyone helps out even just a little, don't worry about a thing, Cap. I'll handle all the details. What could possibly... Now, come on. We've got work to do. I feel kind of sorry for the kid. He hasn't been getting... It's a little funny, though. At first, everything had to be just right to match his producer's vision. Then the problems began. Not enough material, not enough people, not enough funding. We're God-eaters. All we know is how to fight. A rational mind, but Romeo's not quite possessed of a rational mind. Romeo had a plan, and we objected to it. But like it or not, the kid brought us into the fold. This whole thing was conceived on a whim. It was a total mess. Half the team was drafted, and most of them resisted the crew. Then more people came to help. He changed some things, and it started going... You know, even Fran, Hibari, and the operators found some time to... Not to mention that Fran basically rewrote the entire plan from scratch. We'd be lost without her. You know, all of this stuff really gets me thinking. Romeo can't always see the big picture. That's why he gets so much support. People want him. You know what? He may be annoying at times, but he's a good dude. No, thanks. Come on, guys. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming out today. My name is... Sorry. My cheeks hurt from smiling. I'm so excited to be up here. Just look at it. We've got this amazing stage. We've got a full house of huge fans. It certainly wasn't just me working hard to make all this happen. I owe so much to everybody who's been with me since day one. I started this because I love to see people smile. When you all are happy, I'm not the only one who thinks that. When we celebrate, I ask only this. Get out there, play some games, you all can do that for me, right? Amazing. Now that the boring intro is out of the way, let's get on with the show.